Wherever I go in the state, inevitably somebody in a group will raise their hand and give a testimony about how Virginia Housing's efforts saved somebody's home that was in their family, or it was a friend of theirs, and they would say, well, they could have lost their home, they probably should have, but because of what Virginia Housing was able to do on the servicing side, and because of the good education that we had provided the home buyer up front, they still are in their homes today.
Right. Hello, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker at Kline May Realty, and I'd love to welcome you to the first ever Kline May Realty Podcast. We hope this is going to be a very exciting series that'll feature some real estate topics, some local leaders here in the Central Shenandoah Valley, and also some of the nonprofits that we work with and support their mission. Our first guest today is a gentleman named Frank Webster, and I think Frank is a perfect first guest to kick off this podcast because Frank works for an organization called Virginia Housing, and he gets to go around the state explaining to people how Virginia Housing can give them grant money, can give them money to lower their interest rates, can provide them with credit counseling services, and to do all kinds of things to help folks get into their first home. So thank you very much for joining us.
Karl, it's a pleasure to be here today.
Help us understand a little bit what Virginia Housing is. Some people might be familiar with the old acronym VHDA, which some people actually thought was just a loan program. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, Virginia Housing is the state housing authority, what we call an HFA. Every state has one of these. They're all chartered and instituted by the states. And we were created to work in partnership with the private sector to help make affordable housing be a possibility. So they've hired me to be the business development officer for the Western region. The way that we work is we go out and we recruit business partners. We recruit lenders. We have great working relationships with realtors. We work with nonprofit organizations, and we work with different localities. And then we work hand in hand with them, and we channel very significant resources through the lenders to reach the benefit of the home buyers. And like you said, we can help get a borrower into a house. We can help reduce how much money they're going to need for closing. We can reduce their interest rate. We can reduce their monthly payments. Many times you can do all of these things together on one transaction. And when that happens, it just really opens up the door of opportunity and makes affordable home ownership a possibility.
For sure. Yeah, so you mentioned local lenders, and we always recommend to our clients that they deal with a local lender.
Right.
In your experience in kind of Central Shenandoah Valley, Rockingham and Augusta, what percentage of the lenders work with Virginia Housing and can help folks with these kind of programs?
Oh, the vast majority of mortgage lenders that you would be familiar with are approved to do business with us. We have like 75 different financial organizations that are approved to do business with us. Some of them are banks, some of them are credit unions, some of them are independent mortgage bankers. But you would be hard-pressed to find a lender that was not approved to do business with us.
Fantastic. And do you work with municipalities as well?
Oh, we do. So with the municipalities, we're not lending them money, but generally we're working in combination with them, in coordination with them. Many times they're either administering some of our programs, some of our benefit programs, or some of them have their own benefit programs that can be leveraged or stacked on top of our benefit program. So a borrower can get more than just a program, a benefit from Virginia Housing. They might be able to combine that with benefits that are from localities, nonprofit organizations. A homebuyer could get possibly 2 or 3 different grants or types of assistance if they melded together all of these different institutions to work together.
Fantastic. And just to be clear, grants means never have to pay it back.
Grant to Virginia Housing is a secret high-level code word, which means absolutely free money. So when you're getting a down payment grant or a closing cost grant from Virginia Housing, there is no lien, there's no interest, there's no monthly payments, and that grant money never has to be paid back to Virginia Housing, no matter how long or short a period of time there is that since they've gotten the grant when they bought the house.
Fantastic. And you mentioned the two of the bigger obstacles for folks in buying their first home: down payment and closing costs.
Exactly.
One of the biggest myths, I think, still persisting in the real estate business is that a person needs 20% down payment.
Right.
You and I know that that's not true, that there are even 100% loan programs out there. When somebody can stack together some of these programs, maybe you could talk us through an example. Say you've got a single person who has a good job, but the combination, they don't have a lot of savings.
Right.
And the combination of interest rates, the way prices went up when interest rates were super low, and then the closing costs that come along with financing really make it tough for that person to be able to swing it on closing day. How would you help that type of person?
There's a couple of different ways that we could put things together to help them. At the very least, we could provide the home buyer either with a grant or a second mortgage, where in combination of those things with our loan, the borrower, instead of having to put 20% down or 10 or 5%, we could get the borrower in for no money down. Sometimes we can even provide them with assistance that would provide both no down payment and closing cost assistance to go along with that. So just working with Virginia Housing, the home buyer has the opportunity to get in for close to no money down or no money down, and sometimes get that closing cost assistance also. Going beyond that, when we work in combination with localities and nonprofit organizations, we can meld their grant programs in with ours. And sometimes a home buyer can get up to 2 or 3 different grants if they've searched it out, done their due diligence enough, and they're putting forth the effort. And then not only is the borrower going to be able to get into the house for like no money down, we would also be able to take the aggregate or the total of all of those grant programs and reduce how much they're having to borrow in totality. And if you lower the amount of the loan that they're having to finance, even though they can't lower the sales price necessarily, if we lower the loan amount, then that's going to help make the payment be more affordable and make it be more within reach of that first-time home buyer.
Sure, absolutely. So for first-time home buyers and the grants and programs that you offer, what are some of the qualifications? Are there income limits? Are there limits on the cost of the house?
There are both sales price limits and income limits. To be a first-time home buyer and to get what we call our bond programs, bond programs are going to be the loans where you have the most options when it comes to grants. And some of our interest rate reduction programs like Spark and First Home Dream, you are going to have an income limit based on the size of your household and where you're buying the house, and there's also going to be a sales price limit. We also have a different category of loans called non-bond loans. For those loans, we can help borrowers in segments of the market that previously we were not able to help. So we have assistance programs for non-first-time home buyers. So a repeat home buyer can get various forms of assistance from us. And if a home buyer is buying a home where perhaps the sales price is too high for our bond loans or their income is too high for our bond loans, we can shift them over to a non-bond loan, and we can still provide them with significant forms of assistance. They wouldn't be able to get absolutely every type of benefit that we offer first-time home buyers, but we would still be able to help repeat home buyers and people buying higher price homes and having higher income than you would expect.
Just amazing. I mean, it really seems like anybody considering buying a home should check it out and see if there's some type of program they could take advantage of.
And the cost of renting is so high right now.
For sure.
Many times somebody can buy a home and their monthly payment is going to be the same or less than what they were paying in rent. And they have the added benefit of generational wealth building. They're going to be getting equity developing there, and that can be useful to them for their financial planning, not only for the current generation, but that will benefit generations to come.
For sure. And along those lines, everybody in our world talks about the biggest hurdle now being the combination of prices and interest rates, affordability. You have a very special program that would allow a person to reduce their interest rate by 2 full percentage points. Tell us about that one.
So it's called the First Home Dream Program. It's for generational first-time home buyers. So not only does the home buyer themselves have to be a first-time home buyer, their parents would also have to be a first-time home buyer. So if you have that situation, both the borrower and the borrower's parents are first-time home buyers, we would provide the borrower with a permanent, free 2% reduction in their interest rate. And that's quite significant and has a great impact. If you were applying a 2% reduction in rate to a home buyer buying a $300,000 house, the monthly payments themselves would be reduced by over $300 a month. And that's game-changing for a first-time home buyer.
Absolutely. That can be the difference between qualifying and not qualifying.
Absolutely.
That's just tremendous.
And then you can combine that with the down payment assistance and the closing cost assistance. So we can help from both angles, getting individuals into the house for less money out of their pocket, but also helping them reduce their monthly payment. And again, that's a game changer. It takes people who previously had been locked out of the opportunity for home ownership, and it thrusts them right into the mix where it's quite likely that we'll be able to help them.
Right, absolutely. So these first-time home buyer programs, we've got some money up front that doesn't have to be paid back. We've got potential for reducing interest rates. But by definition, these first-time home buyers have never done this before.
Right.
And sometimes they don't even know what questions to ask. You all have some education that they can take advantage of as well.
Absolutely. So we provide free home buyer education to anyone that's going to be getting a Virginia housing loan, and it's also available to individuals that want to take it even if they're not getting a Virginia housing loan. And it covers the entire buying cycle from the moment that a home buyer first thinks, oh, I want to maybe buy a house, all the way up through closing, all the way up through owning the house. And they have to be concerned with questions like maintenance of the house, because when you're the owner of the house, you can't go to the landlord to fix things anymore. You are the landlord. So we have that home buyer education. We do require all first-time home buyers getting a Virginia housing loan take that class. And it really benefits the borrower. Giving them that knowledge prepares them for the process in a very meaningful way. It becomes a more positive experience for them just to get through closing. And it also benefits them after closing because they know how to handle themselves if, say, like they lose their job or they have a reduction in their income or they face some kind of problem. And instead of running and hiding from the lender when we're sending letters or making phone calls, they know to seek us out and come to us. And if you come to us in that situation and you talk to us about it, we're much more likely going to be able to help somebody get through the difficult times and help them survive the crisis and keep them in their home.
Absolutely. So how does a potential home buyer reach out to you and take advantage of this? Do they contact Virginia Housing directly and get referred to a local lender, or do they talk to a local lender and ask about these programs?
It could happen either way. So we do have a great, robust website for home buyers. It's virginiahousing.com.
Easy.
And then go to the home buyer page. That is chock full of different resources. Two of the resources on that page are going to be a find a real estate agent page and find a lender page. So if you go to that website, go to the home buyer page, scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can click on the realtor page, type in your zip code, and there's going to be a host of realtors who have been trained by Virginia Housing and have been very experienced in working with Virginia Housing programs, and that borrower would be able to select one and then contact them directly to get assistance with the home buying process. And then we do the same thing with the lender. There is a find a lender page. Borrower goes there, they put their zip code in, and then all of our top loan officers are going to be listed there by geography, by where they are, and then they'll be able to make contact with that lender. And the lender, too, would be able to provide a lot of assistance to the home buyer. So that's the first way a borrower could get started, is come to us and then go to the realtor and the lender. Many times, the home buyer makes contact with either the realtor or the lender first, and then they would be aware of Virginia Housing, and many times the realtor or the lender would refer that home buyer to our webpage. Or tell them all about our programs. The lender and the realtor would become our partners in explaining to them how Virginia Housing can help them and what the benefits are that we bring to the table.
Perfect. That's great. So many ways to get in touch.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Frank. This has been a great conversation, and I think a perfect one to get our podcast kicked off here with episode number 1.
I look forward to coming back.
Fantastic. Maybe we'll do an annual update.
Okay.
That's great. And thank you all for joining us today. Be sure to join us next episode, where our guest will be Kyle Lawrence, Executive Director of the Shenandoah Valley Bicycle Coalition, and we'll be talking about pedestrian and bicycling transportation, how that works with motorized transportation, and then also some off-road bicycling adventures. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.